So Harcourt Technologies, through its sister architecture practice, Harcourt Architects, was mandated to investigate modern methods of construction with a particular view on providing social housing. And then as we sort of went through the different types of modern methods of construction, we came across 3D construction printing, and we started doing our due diligence on the technology, the value that it had to offer, and we saw an immense potential for implementation in the UK and Irish markets. So after this procedure of going through the due diligence process, we looked at the technology and the value that it proposed. Aspects like freeform capabilities, speed during construction, offering sustainability benefits, increased levels of automation, and the potential cost savings that resonate with the implementation of this technology. We dug a little bit deeper and decided that this immense demand for residential housing in the UK and Ireland could be met by the implementation of this technology. So it stems from one looking to add new novel technology into the construction industry. And then the other side is to meet the demand, this immense demand for residential housing in the UK. Throughout 2022, we've been keeping ourselves busy with primarily getting a 46 unit social housing development in the Northwest UK out of the ground. As part of that, we have focused heavily on the value that 3D construction printing offers. And to be able to deliver that value, we've focused on a lot of R&D activities. We have planning permission on this 46 unit social housing development, but in order to get that, we physically prototype these construction details in our R&D facility in Drogheda, in Ireland. And what that means is we are able to very confidently match our surgeons by showing the planning authorities, our engineers, and the rest of our professional team that we can exactly execute the construction details that we propose on our drawings. We physically recreate those in our R&D facility. And then finally, the educational diffusion process, creating interest around this technology, but also demystifying what 3D construction printing really is. So we focused on training. We're very proud to have the first 3D construction training courses launched both in Ireland and the UK. So that's the R&D that we've been doing. We see standardization as a critical issue that needs to be addressed. So in terms of standardized design methodologies, standardized construction procedures, how does the site logistics work? How do we actually implement this new technology within the existing industry? And then, getting planning permission, getting customers to buy into this technology. There's certainly a lot of interest in the technology, but cultivating that interest and converting that into sales, into projects that come out of the ground, that's something that we work really hard on. In terms of the evolution of 3D construction printing, I can't help but have a smile. I'm immensely optimistic about the growth in this sector. I see this growing to a technology that, services the construction market and really addresses some key points such as affordability, sustainability, and scaled rapid rollout of residential housing. We need to be able to provide people with proper housing, so that they can grow and foster community and develop as society. In terms of, again, the technological aspects, I see 3D construction printing evolving from single-purpose extruders to multifunctional construction robots. With this increased level of automation, I just see increased levels of performance. I see increased cost savings being facilitated through this technology. And I see this extension of the digital workflow implemented through the automation process just becoming more apparent. I think we're going to see some interesting commercial, civil, um, energy type applications becoming more apparent as we move into 23 and 24. And I think that's all just going to be fantastic for the technology. In terms of HTL partnering with Cobod, I think it's safe to say that commercially Cobod is the biggest global player, the largest provider, certainly, of 3D construction printers globally, with a global footprint, which means that as the technology scales in the UK and Ireland, we know that we have a partner that is able to help us scale, provide us with the technology, the best in class of 3D construction printers, the best in class of employees and technical support. So I think it's a no-brainer to partner with Cobod. One item that is very central to our key value proposition is value that we add, and I think the new DFAB material was certainly, or the DFAB system was certainly a very big part of why we partnered with Cobod. Being able to locally source our raw materials, tailor our mixtures to the demands and the requirements of our local territories, allowed us to, comply with the local regulations, allows us to innovate in terms of materials. It improves the sustainability of our mixtures, and it allows us to print real concrete, which from a commercial perspective and a performance perspective, HTL certainly see as a far superior product, and we've been able to gain quite a bit of market traction based on the fact that we can implement this open source material system. And I think apart from that, Cobod's hunger to innovate aligns very much with that of HTL's. And together we do R&D together, and we push the boundaries of this industry forward. So having a partner that shares those visions, that align with our central objectives, focusing on value, scaling up this technology, and delivering it to the market makes for a very, very good partnership between HTL and Cobod.